Stop. Take a deep breath and feel this moment. Today is not just another day. October 4th carries a silent message, hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who are ready to see it. The universe speaks in signs, in moments that seem ordinary but hold extraordinary power. In the ancient halls of Shaolin, every instant is a turning point, a doorway to clarity, strength, and self-mastery. Those who walk through it awake can change the course of their lives forever. I am Heng, and in this video, you will discover why this day, this very moment, may have chosen you. You will learn how stillness transforms chaos into insight, how attention becomes energy, and how the simple act of pausing can awaken your hidden potential. You will uncover the ancient Shaolin wisdom that most seekers never hear, teachings preserved in silence, revealed only to those willing to listen with more than their ears, to listen with their soul. By the end of this video, you will understand why certain encounters and moments are not random. You will see how discipline, clarity, and presence align to create opportunities that the unprepared will never notice. This is a journey into personal mastery, where the mind is sharpened, the spirit awakened, and your connection to the universe deepened. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, the channel where ancient wisdom meets modern life, and where the path to self-mastery is illuminated step by step. Subscribe now and step into this moment fully, because October 4th is not ordinary, and neither are you. The universe has brought you here for a reason. It is time to see why. Listen. The world moves fast, but the truth has always been patient. In the quiet moments between action and thought, life whispers its secrets. To stop is not to surrender, it is to open a space where the mind can breathe, where energy can settle, where the body remembers its own strength. Shaolin masters have known this for centuries. The fiercest warrior moves not from haste, but from stillness, from a presence so complete that every action flows naturally, without effort. When you stop, the clutter fades, the constant rush of thoughts, the endless demands of the outside world, they all soften. In that space, clarity begins to grow. Like a pond untouched by wind, your mind reflects what truly matters. Shaolin teachings call this stilling the waters of the heart. Only when the surface is calm can you see the depth beneath. Only in silence can wisdom arrive, unhurried, unannounced, yet unmistakably clear. Stopping is also an act of courage. To stand still while the world spins requires more strength than any outward fight. It is a declaration, I am present, I am aware, I will not be carried blindly by fear, habit, or distraction. Energy that is scattered through constant motion begins to gather, focusing like a bow drawn taut, ready to release with precision when the moment is right. This is the power of stillness, not empty or passive, but alive, active in its own way. It is a space where insight forms, where intention aligns with action, and where your inner compass points true. In every pause, there is potential. In every silence, there is guidance. Those who learn to stop are those who see clearly, act decisively, and live deeply, walking the path of mastery the Shaolin way. Every thought carries weight. Every focus carries force. Where attention rests, energy follows. This is a principle the ancient masters observed, long before modern science named it. In the quiet halls of Shaolin, students were taught that the mind is like water flowing toward whatever it touches. If left unchecked, it scatters, wasting power on trivialities. If guided with purpose, it nourishes growth, strength, and clarity. Awareness is not a passive state. It is a living practice. A single moment of true attention can ignite change. Just as a drop of water can awaken a dormant seed, the masters would say that the mind tends to wander like wind, but discipline is the anchor that allows it to settle. When the mind settles, energy accumulates. Like a river channeled, it gains strength, capable of shaping the landscape of life itself. This is why mastery begins inward. It is not in controlling the world, but in mastering where the mind chooses to dwell. Every distraction is a leak, every careless thought a drain on potential. By observing attention, by directing it consciously, one begins to weave the unseen currents of life into alignment. Opportunities that others overlook become visible. Actions that once felt clumsy flow with precision. Decisions become clear because the mind is rooted in the present, aware of cause and effect, attuned to the subtle rhythms that guide existence. Energy follows where focus lingers. This is why the seemingly small practices matter. A deliberate breath, a quiet observation, a mindful pause. Each moment of attention builds a reservoir of power within, an inner reservoir that shapes reality far beyond what is immediately seen. In the Shaolin way, mastery is not measured by force alone, but by the ability to direct inner currents, to cultivate a mind that sees, a spirit that acts, and a life that unfolds with purpose. The universe does not stumble. It does not hand gifts to the unprepared or whisper truths to the distracted. In the quiet discipline of Shaolin life, it becomes clear that opportunities appear only when the ground is ready to receive them. The seeds of chance may fall endlessly, but they take root only where the soil has been cultivated with patience, focus, and effort. Readiness is not measured by talent or fortune. It is measured by the inner work that goes unseen. Daily practice, deliberate effort, and a mind trained in stillness create a fertile field where the unseen forces of life can act. Shaolin monks often say, when the student is ready, the teaching reveals itself. The wisdom was always there, waiting, but only the prepared heart could recognize it, could seize it, could transform it into action. Being chosen is not a reward, it is a reflection. It reflects the quiet hours spent in training, the patience to observe without rushing, the courage to endure without complaint. The universe responds not to desire alone, but to discipline, to clarity, to presence. Those who wait passively see nothing, while those who have prepared, even in small, unseen ways, find doors opening where others see only walls. This is the subtle law of readiness. Preparation aligns with opportunity. The stronger the foundation within, the more the external world seems to bend in alignment. The unseen currents of life, which seem random to many, flow predictably to those who have cultivated inner strength. Mastery of self becomes the signal that calls forth the teaching, the guidance, the chance that has been waiting all along. In every still breath, in every measured step, in every act of attention, the universe recognizes readiness, and the chosen path becomes visible. True mastery is never forged in a single moment. It grows quietly, like roots stretching deep beneath the surface, unseen but unbreakable. Shaolin teachings remind us that small, consistent actions carry far more weight than sudden bursts of effort. One precise movement, repeated daily with attention, becomes stronger than 1,000 hurried attempts done without care. The body, the mind, and the spirit all learn through rhythm, through repetition, through the patient shaping of habit. Discipline is not punishment. It is devotion to the self. It is the awareness that every moment matters, that every act of focus and presence builds the foundation for strength and clarity. Shaolin masters rise before dawn, not for glory, but because the quiet, repetitive practice aligns their energy, sharpens their awareness, and trains their spirit. These moments, seemingly ordinary, accumulate into extraordinary power over time. The universe observes effort, not ambition. It favors the steady builder over the one who chases shortcuts. Quick wins may satisfy the ego, but they leave the foundation weak. Real resilience, real skill, comes from consistent labor done with mindfulness. Each repetition, each disciplined breath, each deliberate step becomes a thread in the fabric of mastery. Even when progress feels invisible, it is happening. Patience is the bridge between effort and result. Like water carving stone, the steady practice shapes the inner world in ways that sudden leaps never could. Those who persist, quietly, faithfully, discover that the strength they seek was already within them, waiting to be awakened through devotion, attention, and the art of consistent practice. The path is simple yet profound, and it is walked by those willing to honor each moment, each habit, each act of presence as a step toward mastery. Every breath carries more than oxygen. It carries life, intention, and energy. In the Shaolin tradition, breath is recognized as the bridge between body and mind, the thread that weaves together movement, thought, and awareness. When the breath is shallow or chaotic, the mind wanders and actions lose their precision. When the breath is deep, steady, and deliberate, energy aligns, and the body becomes a vessel for purpose, strength, and clarity. Pausing to breathe is more than rest. It is a conscious act of connection to the universal flow. Inhaling fully, exhaling completely, the mind quiets, and the currents of energy within begin to harmonize. The simplest act, done with presence, can awaken dormant power. Shaolin masters have long understood that breath is the rhythm of life itself. Through controlled breathing, energy moves efficiently, muscles respond with coordination, and the mind perceives patterns that would otherwise remain hidden. This alignment is subtle but profound. Energy stored in the body is not wasted in tension or scattered through distraction. Instead, it moves with intent, like water flowing along the correct channels. Each movement becomes lighter, yet stronger. Each decision calmer, yet more decisive. Breathwork trains the mind as much as the body, teaching patience, timing, and awareness. In practice, even a single pause to breathe deeply can shift perception. Stress softens, clarity sharpens, and action becomes effortless. The Shaolin way is a reminder that mastery is not brute force. It is flow, harmony, and alignment. Energy, when guided by breath and attention, transforms ordinary movements into precise expressions of strength, insight, and control. The breath is not just survival, it is the secret current that powers every step, every strike, every decision made in presence, guiding life in accordance with intention and inner balance. Clarity is not a gift, it is a weapon honed through discipline. Most people wander through life fragmented, their attention pulled in countless directions, missing the subtle signs that the universe leaves in plain sight. Shaolin masters understood that without focus, even the most powerful tools remain useless. The mind, like a blade, must be sharpened daily to cut through distraction and reveal the truth hidden beneath the surface. A clear mind perceives what others overlook. It discerns opportunity from illusion, danger from distraction, and intention from mere noise. This is the essence of the Shaolin way. The outer world is mirrored by the inner world. When the mind is scattered, life feels chaotic. When the mind is precise, life unfolds with rhythm and purpose. Each moment becomes a guide, each encounter a lesson, each challenge a doorway. Sharpening clarity is a practice, not an event. It begins with small acts of attention, observing the breath, noticing the body, listening without judgment. Over time, these habits create a mind that is like still water, calm, reflective, yet capable of slicing through the illusions that cloud ordinary perception. Discipline, patience, and presence are the whetstone upon which the mind is honed. The weapon of clarity is silent but deadly. It does not strike with noise or force. It moves with precision, cutting directly to the heart of what matters. In the Shaolin path, clarity is cultivated through meditation, movement, and mindfulness, a constant sharpening that ensures the practitioner sees the hidden path when others stumble blindly. Those who wield this weapon understand that mastery is not in what is done, but in what is perceived. In every thought held with awareness, in every moment observed fully, clarity grows, turning the mind into a sword that guides, protects, and transforms. True strength is never burdened. The heaviest weight we carry is often unseen. Old grudges, endless distractions, habits that drain rather than sustain. Shaolin teachings remind us that the path to mastery is not built by accumulation but by discernment. The student who travels light moves faster, reacts more clearly, and perceives what others cannot. Letting go is not loss, it is liberation. Like a warrior shedding unnecessary armor before battle, the mind and body must be unencumbered to act with precision. Every distraction released, every attachment surrendered, is energy reclaimed. The clutter of the mind clouds judgment, slows action, and obscures the subtle signs of opportunity. In simplicity, there is power. In focus, there is clarity. In freedom, there is readiness. The universe responds to this discipline. Those who hoard thoughts, grudges, or fears remain stagnant, while those who release unnecessary weight align with the currents of life. Shaolin monks practice this in countless ways through meditation, ritual, and movement, training themselves to let go of what no longer serves their part. Each act of release strengthens resilience, hones perception, and builds the inner space necessary for insight and action. Simplicity is not emptiness, it is precision. It allows the energy within to move unblocked, flowing to where it is most effective. A mind uncluttered perceives truth. A heart unburdened feels deeply. A body unrestrained responds instantly. To be chosen by life, by the universe, is to move with this freedom. Those who carry too much cannot hear the quiet call, cannot recognize the signs. The path is revealed only to those willing to travel light, who embrace the discipline of release and who make space within themselves for clarity, energy, and purpose to arise. Mastery is never complete in isolation. True power does not end with personal achievement. It flows outward, touching the lives of others. In the Shaolin tradition, strength is inseparable from compassion. A warrior who hones skill without heart is incomplete, for the purpose of mastery is not domination, but alignment with the greater flow of life. Service is the measure of readiness. Those who cultivate discipline, clarity, and presence are entrusted with more than their own part. They are called to guide, to support, and to protect. The universe grants responsibility not randomly, but to those whose power is tempered by understanding, whose energy moves with purpose beyond self-interest. In giving, the practitioner discovers balance. In aiding others, the depth of their own mastery becomes visible. Connection is the silent force that underlies all life. Shaolin teachings show that the self exists within a larger whole and that every action reverberates through the web of existence. Compassion is not sentimental, it is practical, precise, and powerful. It requires awareness, patience, and courage. To serve effectively, one must act with presence, seeing the needs of others clearly while maintaining inner alignment. This dual awareness, the self and the world, is the hallmark of advanced practice. Through service, energy flows outward as naturally as it flows inward. Discipline, previously practiced in solitude, finds expression in action that benefits more than the individual. Strength becomes guidance, skill becomes protection, and awareness becomes support. The universe observes this harmony, responding by opening doors, revealing opportunities, and presenting challenges that further growth. Those who embrace connection understand that mastery is a shared path, that power guided by compassion is enduring, and that the readiness to serve is the signal that the universe uses to choose the ones prepared for greater responsibility. Time is a river, flowing without pause, yet certain moments ripple differently, offering a chance to see beyond the ordinary. October 4th is one such moment, not because the date holds inherent magic, but because it serves as a mirror, reflecting what has been overlooked, forgotten, or neglected. In the quiet discipline of Shaolin practice, reminders like this are sacred invitations to pause, observe, and realign. The chosen ones are not those who wait for miracles, but those who recognize significance in what others pass by. A simple day becomes profound when approached with awareness. Routine tasks, familiar paths, and ordinary encounters contain hidden lessons for those ready to perceive them. This is the essence of renewal, seeing the ordinary as extraordinary, transforming repetition into rhythm and noticing patterns that guide the journey of mastery. Recommitting to your path requires both courage and presence. It is not a grand declaration, but a subtle realignment of energy, intention, and focus. Each breath, each action, each choice becomes an opportunity to cultivate clarity and discipline. Shaolin wisdom teaches that growth is cumulative, built through consistent practice and mindful attention. Renewal is the natural result when inner work is honored and attention is consciously directed. This moment, like any other, is a doorway. To step through is to release what no longer serves, embrace what strengthens, and align with the flow of life. October 4th becomes a symbol not of luck or destiny, but of awakening. It reminds those who are ready that the path is always present, waiting for awareness, readiness, and action. In recognizing this, one finds the power to realign, to refresh the spirit, and to recommit to the journey of self-mastery with renewed clarity, energy, and purpose. The moments that feel ordinary, often carry the greatest significance. Being chosen is not a matter of fate handed down from outside, but the reflection of the mastery you have built within yourself. Every pause of stillness, every deliberate breath, every act of discipline, every moment of clarity, and every gesture of service shapes the person capable of receiving greater purpose. October 4th is a reminder, not a deadline. It is an opportunity to recognize your readiness, to see the patterns that were always present, and to step fully into your path with awareness and intention. The true power lies not in the day itself, but in your awakening, in your choice to engage with life consciously, to cultivate presence, and to move with clarity and purpose. Carry this lesson into each day. Notice the moments that others overlook. Let stillness guide your actions. Let breath align your energy, and let service expand your strength. In this practice, you discover that the universe responds not to desire alone, but to readiness, patience, and mastery of self. May this understanding inspire you to live with focus, intention, and balance. Embrace the quiet power within, and allow it to shape each decision, each step, and each connection you make. If this message resonates, join our community at Shaolin Soulfire. Like, subscribe, and walk the path of awareness with us, one mindful step at a time.